Child. Anyway, so
hello, everyone. My name is Jaden, and they didn't know they needed a pretty girl from Joburg, but I'm here, and it's what they prefer.
Jaden, you keep me young. You really do. You keep me young because you're young.
And that's shout out to my sister Tyla, Mama. She is the moment. What can I say?
No, she is. She is.
And just real quick, I just want to shout out my sister Chris, because we was the only ones back when we was throwing water down our back, screaming, gagging, and excited for what Tyler had to offer. Every single, we're on it. We're sending videos back and forth. We're sending performances back and forth. We're sending interactions back and forth, tweets that about upcoming things, the tour. We was here with it, and guess what? Everybody online was saying, one hit wonder.
Yeah.
After everything sounded the same. This gonna be okay. Like, I don't like this. No. Now the album dropped. Now everybody a fan. Now everybody screaming 10 out of 10. Now everybody saying I knew my girl could do it. No, y'all didn't. Because y'all wasn't outside. Y'all wasn't on that cement with water bottles, like hitting the pavement for real. Y'all wasn't doing that.
No.
Y'all wasn't Truth or Daring. Y'all wasn't on and on. Y'all wasn't doing her press releases for her, butterflies. Y'all wasn't out here for her.
Oh.
But I was.
I'm going to have to check the payroll because I'm sure you're not on it, but you're doing a lot of work for it.
I am.
I am not going to lie. I'll be 100% transparent with you and all of our listeners. Whenever there's a moment and it's giving TikTok song, sometimes you do have your moments of doubt where it's like, is the song good or is that clip catchy? So since I'm not even on TikTok anymore, it did take me a while to actually listen to the song, but it was her performance for, I think it was Jimmy Fallon, where I got to watch her perform live. And from that moment on, maybe it was too late, but then I knew she was a star. It was too late to the technical side of it, but that was truly my first moment.
And that's okay.
Where
and you have an excuse because you have been disengaged.
I'm
trying to get like you, I am not. I was engaged, Mama. And
no, we thank you for your service because it was you, Amen.
But you know what? No one has. No one has but you.
I literally am.
No. No one has but you in this moment, and I feel
because
like
they're gonna thank you later. See what I'm saying?
And you can't argue with greatness. So
hello,
please continue.
Correct.
What's your name?
Where's my name? Where am I calling from? My name is Amira, and I have a lava lamp on my desk. And you know how there was that moment where everybody's like, oh, I want to eat a Tide Pod. I want to chew on an eraser. I want to eat poison, all that kind of stuff. I would love to just stick a toe and take a little dive into a lava lamp with it turned on. And I just feel like it would be so healing and so cathartic for the day to just be surrounded by lava floating around you. Now, I know what the audience is thinking, baby, it's floating because it's heated up and that's going to be too hot for you to dip a toe. But this is a fantasy and that's just my truth. I never was a Tide Pod edible girl, but the lava lamp, just looking at it, like, it just looks like something to dip your toe in. So that's my truth.
That's real.
Like, it's just like this orange liquid and then just a blob. Or like the big ones that are,
someone
maybe
needs to keep you away from them damn lava lamps, child. Because
this one.
You seem to be a hazard.
Do you see me? My eyes have gotten like glazed over and everything in this.
Oh, Mama, I see you looking up at it.
Drooling. I'm licking my lips and everything. It's just too much. It's too much. Jaden, where are we?
Child, I don't even know. We are
I know.
on a
Why did
show.
you look up?
I'm like, where are we? Like, it's not like right here above our heads.
Right.
we are on a show that Tyler herself
Mm,
and those in the lava lamp community like to
mm.
call child. Anyway, with Jaden and Amir.
The best to do it today, the best that did it yesterday, and the best that will do it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a
And the day
declaration
after
that
that.
we all stand on that. We all are in agreement. Jaden, let's get right into it and do it. Let's start with our moment of the week. This is where Jaden and I share moments from this week or last week or next week, whenever week, that made us say, child,
Girl.
girl, because you're playing. Anyway, my moment, and I'll go first because,
Please.
why not? My moment is from weeks past, but I wrote it down and never shared it because it was too close at that point where it was just so ridiculous. I couldn't even think about it logically. So, for those of you who know, which is maybe probably 95% of this listening audience, my sister recently had a baby, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, when we go to the hospital to visit her and her baby, you sign in at the front desk, and then when it's time to leave, you're walking out through that front desk as well. Baby, tell me why on one of the visits when I'm leaving, a nurse, keep in mind nurse in
Mm.
scrubs, keep in mind
Real.
scrubs,
What time?
walks
Wait, what
past
time is
me,
this? This is important.
girl, and not even a time that makes sense. It was giving like 4, 3.
In the afternoon?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's like, baby, you was clocked in already for a couple hours. I could tell.
Right. And not
Why?
long enough.
No, not long enough to be doing this, girl. And if it's long enough to do that, just wait 2 more hours to clock out. So I walked past this nurse. Baby, my eyebrows were singed off. My lungs were filled with that second hand. It was like mother was smoking right in the corridor. Like it was crazy. It was so loud walking past this nurse. It was so loud. I had to do double take. I said, wait, was that a nurse or was she visiting for somebody? Is she keep in mind, nurse, keep in mind this is the baby unit. I can't remember what the baby unit is called.
NICU.
What's that? No, that's for the
No, not the
emergency.
NICU.
The Nick stuff. New infant child. No, that's newborn. The maternity ward? Yeah, that's
Yes.
called the maternity ward. Girl, I could understand if you was in trauma or
NICU.
in the
Ooh.
ER. I mean, they're literally in the same hallway, so it's basically the
Okay.
NICU. Baby, why you think newborn mothers with their hypersensitivity want to be smelling all that?
Okay.
Do what you're gonna do, sure, but use that spray that Jaden promoted 3 seasons ago. You give it a spritz and you can't smell anything.
But to boof, it's crazy. To walk around boofing in the hospital, not even just in like, okay, I could see if you was working on the senior side, and sometimes it calls for it.
It
Or
brings it to
if you
that,
working
yeah.
with do not do this if you're working in the ER. I'm sorry, that's a no. But yeah, like, girl, we need you available and
Hyper alert.
attentive.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
And not paranoid, screaming at patients that's screaming at you. Like,
Mm-mm.
but to do it in like the maternal ward,
It's just gonna be a no.
girl,
It's gonna be a no.
you're about to see the warden, and you're
Oh,
not gonna like that one because that's kind of crazy.
to me,
You
it's
thought
like
your 15-minute smoke break meant go hotbox the car?
it really did not mean that. Like to me, it's like if you gonna smoke during the shift, don't. But if you are, I mean, if your shift at the hospital, other jobs, who really cares?
Right.
If you're gonna smoke at your job at the hospital during your break, at least wear your smoke scrubs. Don't wear your working scrubs that you about to walk around in when you
And
know
then
hospitals
change.
already smell like hospital. So
But you know what it
anything that's
is?
like,
But you know what it is? She was just starting her shift. And that's the tea.
she's coming from home.
She was just getting there and she knew she was about to be dealing with them screaming babies.
Mm.
Girl, she said, I need something to get through today.
Mm.
Girl,
I
you screaming
respect
mid
that.
shift. This is me clocking in.
I respect that, but like I said, wear your
girl. She
Wear
could
a
have changed.
gown.
But you see, there's so many things you miss in context of like having small moments with real people in real time. Because what if she was in her smoke scrubs walking past you to the locker room to change into her work attire? Like, what if
You're
you
right. You're
caught
so
her?
right.
You see that
I don't
you
have the whole
caught
story.
her on the route to do everything that we're saying she does. She got the 420 spray. She got like she's a fan of the podcast. Like she has her tea, but she was en route to go do all those things because she know where she was. But mom, you should do that on floor number 2. Don't come to the 6th floor where the baby is.
My thing is this:
she was heading to change.
She
I
needs
believe
to
her.
head quicker. Because the route that I walked out is the same route that the mothers walk out of when they're leaving the hospital. Now I'm getting wheeled out past you with my newborn baby, who I have been in the hospital with for 2 days. I've been fighting for my life for 2 days. I'm walking past you. I'm high, and now I can't hold my baby. They took my baby because I'm high.
It was that morphine.
CPS has my baby because you high. And it rubbed off on me. Just kidding. That's when the mother smokes herself, but she uses the nurse as an excuse. But also, you know what I'm thinking as well? You know, sometimes the girls will wear scrubs, but they're not nurses. You can buy scrubs.
Yeah. Scrubs are definitely just available.
You know?
I mean to buy some because we can wear them at my job. But I just haven't bought any. But absolutely, girl, that's Tanya coming to visit her sister-in-law. Like she coming to visit her niece.
Like a Tanya. How'd you know?
Girl, Tanya's always sunk before they shift.
Tanya's right in and let us know. I believe you. I think that she might have just been visiting her cousin, like you said, and she just
wears
scrubs.
She just got home from her own job. She's actually coming fresh off of work to come see her niece that's also in the same wing, but on the way there, she got dropped off by her boyfriend.
This is 1,000% a story that I buy.
But in her car. Like, we have to be realistic now.
Yeah, he definitely was driving her car. And he'll be back to pick her up?
No, not even. He didn't leave. He's sitting in the parking lot because they don't like him, and she know they don't like him.
Oh, he don't have nothing else to do?
He has nothing else to do.
Number one, not only do they not like him, but he don't like them.
Nope.
He don't trust them because they always fill her head with, you too good for that man. And he's like, babe, why you even hang out with them?
Like, I know they're your family and you was raised with them, but like, you really should be hanging out with them no more. Like, that's sick.
They not good for you. They toxic for real.
He's running to Dunkin' to get himself something to eat while you sit there. And your stomach starts to growl because now you got the munchies.
Girl, number one, he didn't ask you if you wanted anything when he knew that you haven't eaten since your lunch at 12 p.m. and now it's 6.
First of all, he reached for your wallet in the compartment.
He didn't have to reach it because he already had it. He already has it from last time.
He let you out. The blunt you rolled and you bought the weed for is still in his hand, and he's pulling off to go get Dunkin' for himself using your card. And now you in there arguing with your cousin and your auntie because they don't understand why you walked in your sister TT room and you boofed.
No, Jaden, this is what happened. Here, babe, give me your car so I can go get you some gas. What? You was driving my car all day.
You picked me up from work and now are dropping me off here.
She didn't even say none of that. Baby, he got one suitcase. And it's raggedy.
And it's not even, he calls it a suitcase, but it's just a book bag.
It's not even. It's a reusable shopping bag.
and you had to convince him to stop using the plastic one. It's now the cloth one. Like, please.
The cloth one. His luggage says thank you for shopping with us.
And then honestly, go get you a try and wait till because he can upgrade one more time.
There was no reason for us to drag Tanya's boyfriend like that. But I'm sorry, that's what happened. Because that is the only reason why you need to be smelling like this at the hospital. And this
There's
wing.
no other reason for it. I'm sorry.
Jada, what's your moment of the week?
So my moment of the week is it's truly a sad tale.
Oh.
Gag City cannot be a stop on my life's travel around the globe. I have been evicted from Gag City due to insufficient funds. Yeah, so as for those of you who may know, which I've talked about several times, Nicki Minaj dropped Pink Friday 2. We know this, whatever. And she's on tour currently, and her show near me is on this Friday. If you're listening to this, it's already happened.
Oh no.
But it's on this Pink Friday at that, and she's screaming there will be a surprise on this Friday. So it's just really debilitating and really frustrating to me because and let me tell you how we got here. So my plan was to buy tickets to go see her, and I still may do it depending on what it is, because I may actually wait until Thursday and be like, oh, you've dropped enough for me, click, like, because
maybe need to do a Friday morning.
Me personally, I just want to be in a room. I don't really give a fuck. Like, I don't need to see her. I don't need to be front row. You got them big screens. That's good enough for me. I'll bring a drink, a blunt, and I'll keep it pushing. It'll be me and Tanya sitting next to each other. And don't worry, Tanya, I'll drive. Like, don't worry. And so what happened was the other day when I was paying my bills fresh off of a paycheck getting deposited to my account, I'm paying my therapist the many of dollars that I owe her in copays, which I think it had got up to it was $280. No, I'm sorry, that's not right. $180. It was $180, and still ridiculous, but it was $180 because it's $30 every time. So
you can just be behind on payments like that.
She told me I could, so I said, so I'm going to say yes.
Okay,
because my insurance pays for most of it. It's literally just $30 that's not being paid. So she's getting the $150, and I'm paying another $30 on top of that. She's like, I don't really give a fuck. I have the $150.
Yeah,
you can pay me the $30 when you're available. So what I've been doing to like pay it down is I haven't been having therapy sessions, so I'm a little manic, and that's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, it's right. But because I just want to pay it down, so every 2 weeks I would pay like $60, $90, or however much, and just because you can pay per invoice. You can pay the full debt, but you can also pay per invoice. So I was planning to pay. I wish she would sit the fuck down. I was planning to pay $60. Why did I accidentally hit pay it all?
What?
Mind you, I had paid $30. I had already paid $30. And then when I was going to pay another $30, I accidentally hit. I never changed it to just 30. It was the 150 at this point. And so I'm also talking, and which is what happened. Like, I was talking. So then when I hit pay now and I looked away, it was like I realized what happened. I was like, I just paid the full, and there's no like, are you sure? Did you want to verify?
No, they don't care if you're sure. No,
they're like, hello, Wells Fargo, we got them. Send it. It was immediate.
Exactly.
And I was like, 150 gone, and then I realized I had already paid that 30, and I said 180 gone. Gone. I was sick. I was just like, it was really bad for me. Ruined the whole rest of my day. I was very pissed off, very angry, because it's just like, do you know how many times? And I think there's also some context here that's missing. I've been supposed to see Nicki Minaj for several years. Like when I was in school and she dropped Roman Reloaded, my dad got me the CD and my mother was buying me tickets, but I got in trouble. And then it happened again where I would get tickets to go see her and I would get in trouble and I would have to get them taken away.
What were you doing?
Child, for some reason around my birthday, I'm chaotic. And I'm more chaotic than you. and guess what? My birthday is in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like, things are chaotic. And the girls, just so y'all know, Mercury retrograde starts April 1st and lasts till April 25th. And the worst days are honestly the week before and the week after. So honestly, good luck. It's going to be time to rest. Aries, it's happening in Aries. So Aries is very chaotic and it's not prone to resting. But girl, retrograde will sit your ass down and listen to it. Sit down, reflect, think, process, because it's gonna need it. And then after Aries season, we'll be back to good. Right. But it's just very irritating that I can't go to Gag City. I still might try to like last minute go.
Go back to the payment. So you get your newly deposited check. Your job has finally given you the money, and you went and spent it down with that lady to pay off that bill.
And then my friend was like, "Can you get it back?" I said, "But I don't want to
get it back, girl. You owed it."
Exactly. I'm like, I don't want to get the debt back, so I might as well just leave it. I'm just going to have to be sick.
Imagine you owe somebody money and then you give it to them, and they're like, "Matter of fact, give me that back."
Matter of fact, give me that. I'm gonna give you $60.
I was gonna give you less, actually.
But guess who has a therapy appointment this Thursday? Because when I said, "Mama, you got your money now,"
so you definitely got to see me.
You're gonna have to. I dropped the bag on you. I can't go see the queen because of you.
And you can talk about it at therapy. That's good. Well, what is the most that you can budget for realistically to, like, if tickets were to drop the price on the day before or the day of the concert?
I can always go give plasma and be a hetero.
No,
for a
baby,
day.
Not you. They got you.
No. I'm
too
past.
honest.
No, Mama. I'm past that date. That was March 10th. I could go back. I just haven't gone back.
Okay, but next time you go, please start lying again.
No. Remember, I am a virgin, straight,
man waiting for marriage.
Yeah.
Right. Good. So no, without the plasma, baby, don't include that money. It's not there. Include the money you have.
Well, it would have to drop to like $1.50.
$2. $1.50.
Literally.
Yeah, because if you meant 150, then I would just say hang it up, flat screen, baby. You could have paid that invoice. That would have been okay. You didn't need it, clearly.
Honestly, if I only paid my $60, I'd have my ticket by now. But because I paid that $180, it hit my budget so hard. Everything was laid out and everything.
Yeah, because you not only it's a ticket for you. I know for a fact you would have to get merch, and
no, fuck her.
No, outside the concert, not inside.
Yeah. My $30 t-shirt.
Yeah, the $30 t-shirt, the tie-dye shirt. Make sure all the dates are correct. Actually, we really don't care if the dates are correct.
No.
It just needs to be spelled correct. That's
mine. Just needs to be correct. As long as Phillies is correct, I don't give a fuck what the rest of the things say.
Exactly. It can say blah blah blah. It doesn't matter.
No.
That's genuinely devastating because I did not know about you getting in trouble in middle school. How could we? But you have absolutely been needing to see her, and it feels kind of targeted to me. I don't want to start any drama, but it feels kind of targeted. It feels a little. I'm offended on your behalf. It's feeling. I'm tempted to say racist because we know the powers that be are not us. Whoever runs that payment system, that felt very homophobic for them to not have an "Are you sure?"
It was really just sad, and I'm pissed off also because everyone else is also going on tour. And I want to go see Megan. I want to go see Baby Mother.
You have to.
Me of all people need to go see Baby Mother.
You have to. Yeah.
Yeah. Janae Aiko just announced her tour. Don't care. I'm a fan, but
we got bills to pay.
Yeah. If Doechii goes back on tour, I want to see her. Like, there's plenty.
Oh my gosh, was she supposed to go on tour?
I want to see. I think she just came off of tour, but she was an opener for someone.
Let me
for Doja. She was an opener for Doja Cat.
Oh no, I'm not.
No, but
I need her to go tour herself.
That was really great.
Oh no, baby, I know it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I just don't have it. I don't have to give.
I'm pissed about it, but I'll figure something out. And if it's nothing, then let me also just say I'm not afraid to miss out on something. Like this sucks, of course, because like it's Nicki
Well, you've
Minaj
done it
and
before.
we know I love Nicki, but well, yes, but it's also like if I miss out, it's also some random bitch that don't know me. Like that's what it has to trickle down to my brain, just some random lady that has no idea who I am,
She
and
doesn't.
she would not pay to see me.
She wouldn't, and she's getting paid regardless. So,
Very well.
are any of your friends going?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But a lot of them were in the same predicament as me.
But they're
Like
selling plasma. Got it.
no, but not buying the ticket until like the last minute, and they bought like cheaper tickets
Oh,
in like the 200s, and I'm like, that's what I'm saying.
who
Like I
cares?
don't care
Get to the
about where
300.
I
Like,
am.
right.
It's there's no 300, but
Oh,
because if there
sorry.
were, I pay my $50 and I'd be sitting right there. But
Hello.
I'm about to sneak in or
Get in the backpack. Yeah.
something, chop me up, and then sew me back together. I don't give a damn. We need to figure this out.
Jaden. Jaden, speaking of chopped up and put back together, he has risen. What are your Easter plans?
I'm still trying to remember that it is Easter.
Because it's in March. No.
No, just because I don't really know what today, tomorrow, or next week has in store. When I say going day by day, living day to day, I mean it. And if things are not written down, I have no recollection of their existence. So Easter coming up has no real effect on me. Someone said Happy Easter to me the other day, and I was jarred. And I was like, oh, that is coming up, isn't it?
It
I
doesn't
was still
feel
concerned
like
about my
it
birthday.
is. That is coming up as well, and literally a couple. Well, by the time I hear this, it'll be a couple of days.
Yes.
Or what day is your birthday on Tuesday?
Monday. Yeah, it'll be like the 30th, so it'll be a couple days.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't feel like Easter because the March
31st.
Easter just doesn't sit well with me, and I initially wasn't gonna do anything for Easter, and then I realized, wait a minute, this is the holiday I have off. So let me hop in that car and I'm headed to North Carolina. So I'm excited to do that. Easter is one of my faves just because it's one of my North Carolina
Food.
holidays.
No. That makes more sense. Because
It's the
you
North
can only
Carolina
eat
update.
about 1/3 of the
No,
food offered.
exactly. So the holidays for me are either I love them because they're either their food, Thanksgiving, or their North Carolina holidays, Easter, my grandmother's birthday.
And sometimes Thanksgiving as well.
Who goes? I don't go to North Carolina for Thanksgiving.
You don't?
Do I wish? No, that's you, baby. You go to South Carolina.
I do.
Sometimes you
I
forget
can't
when
wait
that's
for you to see the new kitchen and like the new.
hot girl. When is it gonna be done?
Well, I was in there. I'm like, this would be a good spot to do our cooking show, our cooking episode.
I know. I was literally thinking that too, but then I was like, let me not start making plans for this man's kitchen before he has even stepped foot in it.
Cooked in my own.
Hello, like maybe it's giving air fryer up in my bedroom. You should put
Air
the air
fryer
fryer in
in
your
my
bedroom.
room.
Sing it. So that's Easter on Easter. Let it write into us and let us know. You guys have been a good job of following up with what we ask for. 2 people. So let's make it 3 this week. 3 people, any 3 people. If you listen to this, let us know what your fave holidays are and why. Do you have because sometimes it's not even about the actual holiday. Like Loki.
Most times.
Sometimes
Christmas
people
can
love
go.
4th of July just because they have off work. Christmas, you say Christmas and go. I'll take it because you're gonna have
the
off
break.
work.
Yeah,
you're gonna have off work, and there is gonna be dinner.
And at least there may be a gift, but honestly, it's too much pressure.
It is a lot of pressure, but that food, it's that
the food does it,
and you get to do a little look, and you get to see little babies in red and green. It's just too cute. So that was that. Now it's time for the catch. This is where Jaden and I catch you up on the things that are happening in the world this week, or maybe last week and we missed it, whatever. First thing, as always, first thing happening in this world, Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Child Anyway Pod, and follow us at TikTok at Child Anyway the Podcast. So when I woke up this morning, I said, "Oh no, it's recording day. I have no idea what's going on in the world." I looked no further because news broke. I'm at work. I'm like, "Why is my phone going off like this? What are the girls talking about on the group chat?" So in Baltimore, a bridge collapsed, and I think like people are saying the bridge collapsed, but I feel like the headline should be this boat knocked the bridge down,
Yes.
or the ship. Like people are saying that, but you know how the headline, it needs to be a little catchier for me. This cargo ship knocked this bridge down.
Yeah.
The-
Cargo ship takes out bridge.
like it's nothing. I couldn't go anywhere in my job where there wasn't a TV and it wasn't playing on the TV. Truly devastating so far. Like whenever things happen in the water, obviously it's going to take a little bit longer to get the information on who's missing, how many are injured, how many casualties, which is just so devastating. This to me feels like a continuation of our discussion last episode, Jaden, that you were talking about the Boeing planes and how when they do the what do they call it? Inspections on them. They rush or they try not to look for all the mistakes or they reuse parts. I don't know all the story about the actual cargo ship and why it was malfunctioning, like why it lost power. But to me, it feels like it probably has something to do with that the lack of upkeep for the sake of saving money. But to me, once again, wait. Before I get into that, I do just want to say it is definitely a tragedy, and I don't want to launch into a capitalist rant before acknowledging the 6
Right.
people that are missing right now. The one person that's in critical condition. Great. So to me, it's like pick one or the other. Either you want to save money by cutting corners, or you need things to work efficiently so that you don't have to shut down production because this collapse obviously has put a halt on other cargo ships coming in, obviously put a definite foreseeable stop on that usage of bridge. How much money is it going to cost to repair this bridge? How much money is it going to cost to reroute all this traffic? To me, that feels more important. I think the most important, obviously, is the safety of the people that work these institutions. But of course, we know the money men are thinking about the money. They're losing so much money by trying to save money. Is so backwards.
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't. The 2 in critical care. Were there other casualties? Like most people.
So they were able to stop traffic enough that most people were not on that bridge. When all the research I did, and I was at work just walking past the TV, and then I read a couple articles, I didn't see any deaths, but then somebody texted me. So that's not like a source. So I can't say, oh yeah, I know for a fact that this happened. There are, of course, real-time updates happening all the time on CNN and other platforms that I have not been really able to keep up with, but yeah, okay. So a friend of mine said, and so this is not a reliable source, but a friend of mine said they found 2 out of the 8 workers, but nothing else. Baby, we need to find 8 out of 8. It's
Right.
just because do we not remember however many months ago, 6 people got into that submersible? World stops. They spend so much money to find these 6 people. Let's find these 6 people quicker.
Right.
I don't know
The
if the
people.
National Guard is out there right now. I could look it up right now, but I don't want my internet to do something. Um, it's just such a terrible tragedy that did not need to happen,
28
Like, it
minutes
wasn't a
ago,
human error.
from AP News, authorities say all 6 workers missing after a Baltimore Bridge collapse today are presumed dead. And the search for them has been suspended until Wednesday morning. So
Whoa.
we want to, honor those lives lost, especially like
Wow.
working people with families and full lives going on to have to deal with this is a lot.
Wow.
And it was like what 1:40 in the morning or something. Like it was
Yeah, it
4
was in the
a.m. or
very, very
something.
early morning. People do not go to work to die. Like, this capitalist system, it hurts us all.
They were on break when the
Wow.
bridge collapsed.
Whoa, no. Are you serious? You
Hold
said
on.
the search was gonna continue when? On Wednesday?
Tomorrow
Tomorrow.
morning.
Okay, okay, okay. Good, 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 good.
Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Had to run my child out. But yeah, it's really unfortunate and really like just loss of life is always so tragic. Whether it's 6
Yeah.
or 24,000 or 40,000, like
Or
it,
one,
or one,
it's like I said, when it's something that's not human error, that's something that's potentially the result of a cost cut, it's just that, like, it's just devastating. People, like I said, they don't go to work to
right,
die, and people don't send their loved ones out to work to not have them return, especially for
right.
jobs that aren't inherently violent or dangerous. They didn't
Come
sign up
on,
for this sort of thing.
right. And it's just like the precautions were taken in many areas because, like I said, the boat was already experiencing issues, and as it was getting
Yeah.
closer, it had just had a blackout, and they had reached out to the dispatchers, and that's how they
Mhm.
were able to stop some of the traffic. But of course, like there's only but so much you could do. It's the girls on Twitter arguing about infrastructure to me, like screaming about infrastructure being they should need to put more effort into the infrastructure, and it's like
For the
that's a boat,
bridge?
that's a
It's a
boat hitting a
boat.
bridge. No matter how much infrastructure you want, baby,
I don't think it would
that
do
was a
it.
boat hitting a bridge.
I don't think they understand
Everyone knows that that's what.
it's a bridge. How do you think it's built? It's in the ocean. Did they think that it grew out of the ocean?
And I'm like, people with degrees in like architecture, even or like I don't know what the degree is for something like this, construction.
Well,
Got my degrees in communication studies, and
hell,
and that's the
theater.
best.
Girl, I don't
That's the
know.
best.
This is an
That's
arts degree show.
that's the best I got for you, baby. So
I can't help
these
you.
people are on the internet telling y'all this is not an infrastructure issue, Mama. This is a accident that took place that is just tragic, and
Do they
we can leave it at that.
I think it's because it's hard to tell maybe the scale of the boat because they're looking at it in a body of water. Could you imagine a massive cargo ship like that being stopped in its track? They have cartoon logic. It's not
Yes.
gonna boing off the beautiful infrastructure of your dreams. That's just not gonna happen. Let's just
Um,
focus on honoring those lives. Yeah, let's
and that's
not
about
try
it.
to
And
rebuild
then
bridges.
people on are talking about now Amazon deliveries and can be able to make it, or cars won't be able to be shipped, and it's going to mess up all these other industries. And
Car
it's like, who care?
girl.
Who gives a fuck? Like, I don't understand how we're talking about the the stopping of capitalist systems over people losing their
Literal
lives,
lives.
like over this catastrophe that just happened, over this like terrible event that is shocking to us all. But we're going to
If
sit here and talk about how my prime delivery is going to come 2 weeks late.
if you can afford to have your car shipped, you can afford to Uber for a couple of
I mean, like
days.
manufactured, and then all the cars are shipped over. Not like
I
I'm
then I
ordering the
definitely
car.
don't care. Then I
That's what I'm saying.
certainly do
Like
not care. You
these
didn't even
cars
buy
are.
that car yet. Why do you
We don't even
care?
we
We don't even know those cars.
the cars don't exist to you yet, Mama.
How
So
are
them
people
being
upset about
stuck
something that doesn't affect
on
them like
this
this?
side, and what someone did tweet, which I agree with. Well, it's not really anything to agree with. It was just true. How much you want to bet? Like, um, employers on either side of the thing are going to be confused as to why you're trying to use this as an excuse and how you still need to get to work.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah.
And people be like, why are you late? And it's like, did you turn the TV on? Did you look at your phone? Yeah, your point.
It's just crazy how they want everything to just continue as normal. Like regular people, not the shipment
Uh-huh.
of cars. We really do not care about those at all. Uh, Another thing, when I think about, and I'm sure you know, fast fashion is one thing where it's like we have so much clothes already, and y'all are still making more. When I think about that kind of stuff for cars, it
And they're not even
infuriates
good
me.
materials.
We have so many cars already. Why are y'all stop making them? Sell
The
the
car
ones we
market is already
have.
terrible. Like I don't get why y'all keep making homes and then pricing them at $500,000 for 2 beds.
Who is five? Baby, you need to go up.
I said 5,000. I meant
500,000. No,
500,000.
500,000. Yeah, keep going
Oh,
up.
that's not enough. Oh, the two
No.
million y'all are putting on these homes,
Yeah. For a two-bedroom. Remember that man in my lobby at my job that was talking about his little $50,000
yes.
shack? And I was so impressed. Anyway. Um,
And then
exactly.
and mind you, Baltimore is about to, what was it, $2 million? No, a billion?
For
A
for
prison.
what? Oh,
Hold on.
probably a billion. That feels more accurate than $1 million for a prison.
Oh yeah, Baltimore prison.
Mm, 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 mm. People are really pressed about some cars. I'm sick.
People are pressed about building a prison.
They're
This
mad
is
like
the,
their last name is
mind you,
Toyota.
this is the biggest thing. What did it say? The biggest thing the city has ever paid for. Like essentially,
The
like it
prison.
has, the prison is the most expensive thing that the city has ever paid for.
No, wait a minute. Aren't there colleges in this city? Huh, that's interesting.
$1 billion. Yep. 1 billion jail will be most expensive. Hold on. Will be not even just Baltimore's new $1 billion jail will be most expensive state funded project in history.
State.
First of all, and this is it saying the Michigan state? Michigan, Baltimore, Maryland. Mhm.
Maryland, baby.
Again, communication studies never was given
It didn't
geography.
give geography. That's
See, you
fifth
about to
grade
say
geography, but we'll
geometry.
let
See what
it.
I'm saying? See what
I
I'm saying?
did. I did.
Not,
And I was saying it to drag you. That's how you
yeah.
know that theater
Mm.
degree. I'm trying to drag you
And
down.
you looking
Meanwhile, I'm
around
talking
and
about
it's
trig.
math symbols and you trying to talk about
I don't know
geography.
what's going on. I mean, it is fifth grade, so you should know it, but still, I shouldn't. Okay.
But
So
when I tell you 5th grade, it was bad for me.
that's when you
Every
got in
geography
trouble
test,
for
every
the Nicki
geography. Well,
Minaj.
yes.
Or,
Well, those are the only time I didn't get in trouble because this is me a lineage thing. We was
mm.
always the people probably. I'm saying it. We was all the people trying to escape to freedom, pointing in the wrong direction. Like, girl, I'm pretty sure it was this way. Girl, you sure? Because I thought we passed that stick, not
Wait,
that one.
which one is the North Star? Which one is it?
Girl.
I
And then
can't
how you know if
really
you're looking at it north or
decipher.
south?
Hello, girl. Which
Is we
direction should
in
it be going?
Are we in Maryland or are we in Michigan?
Is it New Jersey? It's giving me
Oh,
what?
okay. This look a little
Um,
Philly to me, but all
I'm gonna
right.
follow the group. Um, so wait, what were you saying about Maryland College or
Because
Maryland some?
I was wondering if they were saying, because the what's it called, a little confusing. Baltimore's new $1 billion jail will be most expensive state funded project in history. So is it like state funded across the states, or is it like state funded in
Oh,
Maryland?
oh, oh.
You know what I'm saying?
This state's funded. Well, you know what? Just thinking about the bigger Titan states on the West Coast, it must because I know they're spending more than $1 billion for everything with those industries out west. So it must just be in reference to Maryland,
Right.
which to me, I've been to this city and I don't see where they're pulling that $1 billion from with any semblance of
It's almost
consciousness.
like now you have something new
I
to put
could
your $1 billion into.
yeah, I could probably find a couple of things that they could spend even a chunk of that money working on. And this is not shade to the city. Beautiful city, beautiful gowns. But $1 billion for a prison, a jail,
But and we have
um,
something you can work on right now with that $1 billion. Like something that just happened that you could work on right now.
probably, yeah, probably something you probably need
That
to
would
a little
help.
better.
Fishing
A
cars
billion
out,
dollars.
fishing
Mm-hmm.
out metal, fishing out those. That costs a
The
good few
search
million.
party.
The
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why we're holding off on paying people to search or we're there shouldn't be any of that. We have $1 billion sitting somewhere that was going to some stupid project that we don't need, and it can go towards
That
this.
city is not big enough. I mean, no city in the galaxy is big enough to spend $1 billion for a jail, but that city it doesn't even make sense to put a billion. And when they say $1 billion jail, when you hear $1 billion project in your mind, you're thinking something really modern and sleek and nice. It's going to be a
It'll
prison.
just be prison.
It'll be
It'll just be
regular
prison,
day.
and the food's
You
not
won't
gonna
even
be
see where
good.
the money went.
No, because the money is going into the pockets of the people who wanted to build the prison.
Could you imagine? I can't even believe somebody really would present this to the town hall meeting. I got an
Child,
idea, guys. We got this $1 billion sitting around, and I've been thinking what our city really needs to boost morale, to get the girls excited, to boost the economy. Let's do the jail one. Let's do that
mm-hmm.
one.
And
Do they
speaking of
already have a
prison,
jail in this city?
likely,
Hello. Speaking of prison, once it's done being built, P.
um,
Diddy, or I'm sorry,
Puff
just
Daddy
Diddy.
Combs, Sean
Sean,
Combs, Diddy,
love,
Love, Child,
call it what you want.
call him what you want. He's going down.
He's going down, down, baby. What's his name? Puff Daddy is going to jail, and let me tell you why. So I was on the news looking for, updates on positive things, and I stumbled across this Puff Daddy's drug mule, and they put it in quotes, and I'm like, that's what he was. You don't need to do all that. Baby, he was busted at the Miami airport. Now, to me, that's embarrassing. Um, I know the girls are lenient in these party city airports, but I know whatever drug that his drug mule was carting was giving real stuff. It was giving pure. It was giving
Mm-hmm.
kilos. You can just do your private jet for that one because why are you going through customs? Why are you going through
That's my
TSA
thing.
with a backpack full of coke? No, okay, I'm sorry. That's all alleged. I don't know what kind of drugs he was carrying.
Nor care.
I'm just guessing it had to be that powder.
And mind you, why is Homeland Security running in all 3 of your homes?
So not only did his drug mule get busted, his home, and I don't know if that has an S on it or not, but his home
Mm-hmm.
was raided, and
It
2 of
does.
his sons, and that does have an S on it, were you arrested. Now my question is, how we get these 3 people? Where was he, and why have cuffs not slapped
Gone.
his wrist?
Baby, he's halfway to Bali with the rest of the pedophiles and freaks.
Definitely.
Not
So
that
he's
people from Bali are that, but people run to Bali to escape.
the freaks.
Either to Bali or Israel.
Well, good
And they
company.
ain't going there.
No, not him. But we were talking about this before when we were talking about the Cassie case, or I guess the lack thereof, how quick it was. And we were like, oh, baby, it's about to be filled. And we're going to see it over the next couple of whatevers. And to see it, it's just like, it's shocking every time. Not really shocking, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
not exciting. You don't want to use the wrong word, but it is kind of like, ooh, what will happen
Thrilling.
next? What will be uncovered next? Exactly. Thrilling. I'm
The last
not.
time when we go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The last time what's her name told us we were talking over each other, and now we're like,
Yeah, no, now
I
we're
hear a
scared to talk.
whisper, and I'm like, what you gotta say?
Literally.
You even breathe in. I'm like, let me shut up.
I know.
But that don't last long. Mm. The last time when we talked about the Cassie case, did I talk about the psychic?
Yes.
So
Yes.
did I say that she also said that the rest of what was going to happen to Diddy was going to happen around Easter this year?
No, if you guys don't remember,
I don't think I
that is
did.
so
She
embarrassing.
ate bad. And then now people on Twitter, because she made a video, she talked about Jay-Z, and she made a new video talking about Jay-Z
Oh.
and Beyonce, you know, in
Oh.
coordination. And mama, I watched it.
What did you find out?
So basically, the Carters as a brand, as an entity, is going to be done by 2036. And but I mean like completely. Like it's going to build to the point where they're gone.
Oh, okay. So it'll be a gradual thing. Okay.
Yeah, in 3 years,
Oh my
we'll
gosh.
see the beginning of said thing. And she said everything that's going on with Diddy, she was like, he may not be next. She was like, but he's following soon.
Now, did she speak to them as individuals?
Who?
The girl, the couple. Does she speak about what that lady's got going on? Will she be done by 2036 or just them together?
Mother will also be done by 2036 because she's attached to him so intensely. He pushes her out there, like he's pulling her into all his energy as well. So yeah, she's gonna be done too. She said she sees them. She said her, him, and their child, because she didn't know they had more than one. She was like fleeing.
How does she not? Okay, okay.
That's how much my sis be just intuition alone.
Yeah.
Because she's
Not the
like
baby.
she doesn't have to know all that. She just has to read whoever's energy she's thinking of. And because she got so much of Diddy right, I'm nervous. Like because Diddy has been so on point with. She said she knew about the phone that Kim Porter left behind. She knew Cassie was coming. She knew this was happening around Easter because and the timeline was. Remember, I said the date of when what's her name, and we figured out it was when she passed away, whatever. That was all her guess, like not guessing, but using whatever. So she said, Jay-Z it's gonna be bad, and what she say? Beyonce's going to get some of it because of her attachment to him.
Some of it, though.
Some of it as
a big sum.
50-50. Like half of it.
That marriage split. Okay.
Yeah, but though I'm trying to text her like, girl, I'm gonna send you this. I'm gonna send you this link. Watch it when he not around, child. But because she was also saying like he uses her to better himself, like to better his image, to better all those things. And she was just like, after 2036, their reign will cease. And she was like, in the Rags to Riches story, she was like, don't believe that. She was like, that's not true. I said, oh.
For him?
Yeah. And like he gave up his being for like stardom and for wealth and all these things. Like it's a lot, but I was gagged.
How long is the video?
It's a little bit long.
Okay, so not my commute. Okay.
Wait, how long is your commute?
Maybe 20 minutes sometimes.
But that's a cute ride there and ride back. You'll finish it.
Okay, but you're acting like the video is like 2 hours.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's like 40 minutes.
Okay. I'm nervous. I don't want to start my day for work on a nervous tip.
It's not nervousness. It's just
let me pull out my calculator.
T that's not real T yet. It's kind of that thing. Like,
hold on.
Yeah.
What year did you say?
2036.
I need my calculator. 2036. Okay.
Like
I'll be
12.
39. I'll be 39. Girl,
you talking about how old you are?
I don't care how many years. I know how many years that is from now. Okay, I'll be 39, almost 40. Hopefully by then I will have other interests. Just kidding. I mean, I will have other interests. I have other interests now. I just want to know how old I'll be in case of, if let's say if it was next year, then it's like that's not enough time. Right. I gotta get a couple things in order first.
Yes, yeah. But I'm happy at least we'll get all 3 acts. You know what I'm saying? Like at least I'll get what I need. So then when you evaporate into nothingness, it'll be okay. Though hopefully
we got to see her live.
Well, yeah, but cause I don't want to flex. I was gonna say twice, but I saw her. Yeah, but luckily,
You're dragging her for fans talking about I don't want to flex, girl.
Because I'm going to be really sad. This is the greatest artist of our lifetime.
No,
So,
literally.
but luckily by then she won't be making no music no more. She won't be touring anymore, really.
Well, she won't have a choice.
Well,
She's going
she's
down,
going to
you
be
just said.
curtains. Yes, and
What about her
she
mom?
said Justin Bieber's name in it
Who
too.
cares? Oh, I thought you said Timberlake. Sorry. I got excited. I was like, who cares?
No,
But you meant the
truly,
other
and
one.
even with Bieber, I also don't. But like he has something to do with it, and like the artistry isn't the only way they're making money. They're using it. They're using like different things to wash their money from other places, and other ways that they're making it. And it's just a lot. I'm like, girl, this is too much. Mm-mm.
Wait, did she say what the catalyst for the fall will be? Like, in the example of P. Diddy, it's kind of just like information slowly seeping out and cases popping up. What is
Well,
the catalyst?
she didn't say catalyst. She said in 3 years he's going to hit a wall.
Oh
And
my
he's going to try to
God.
change his image, and it's not going to work.
He needs to start now then.
Mama,
Did you
I
text
want
her?
him gone. No shade,
No, but they're connected
but
for
I
the
think
babies.
the easier fight is getting her away. But honestly, this is a Virgo.
Well,
Virgos is very my man, child. Very my man.
yeah.
So
Well, did you text the daughter and let her
Blue's the
know?
only one I can get through.
Yeah. Let her know to live with her grandmother
True.
or it's her aunt. What about the aunt?
Ain't nothing happening to the aunt.
Okay, because
But she didn't do no
maybe.
reading on the aunt, so you
I
never
was
know.
like, maybe they're all connected.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really sacred? That's the question.
Clock it. I used some
Hello.
actually.
We know. Talk about a
Oh,
brag. Did you use it on your
I talked
hair or
about
your
last time.
beard?
My
No,
hair.
you told me.
Oh, I
Which
used
product?
the clarifying shampoo and the hair
Ooh.
milk.
Oh, and you liked it.
Not the hair milk, the hair lotion. I like both of those products specifically. Yeah, what I
Where
really want to try is the moisturizing shampoo and the rice water treatment. Like sure, but just to say I
mm-mm.
tried it. But that's also a treatment that you would have to finish the series. Like they say, like you will only see that after using it for however many times. Not like you wouldn't notice the difference the first time you try to use it.
Yeah. I would really only want to try the clarifying shampoo. For the moisturizing shampoo, baby, I'm gonna stick with pattern. That's fine.
Mm.
That's really okay. Dang. Wait, when you say you try some, I never understand that. Like, is somebody just like, here, put your hand out, I'm gonna come over and give you some? Or like, how did you get a sample of this
My best friend bought it.
over for you to just do a quick little wash and go?
And he went on vacation and he said you can use it while I'm on vacation. He if someone's gone for a week, you're probably only gonna wash your hair once.
First
But
of all,
I'm washing my
why
hair
was he
tonight.
acting like it was a Game Boy? Like, oh, you can use it while I'm gone. It's shampoo. Y'all are
And
silly for that.
he knows I wanted to test it out. So are we silly or are we or not we? You know, I'm not gonna give him that. He bought it. Am I
Oh,
silly?
no, you're not silly.
Okay.
You did what needed to be done, but the wording of you can use it till I get back. Girl's gone. Actually, I put it into a different container. I'm giving you back the empty bottle.
Well, yes. And he texted me actually while we were recording, and he was like, how I want a review of Sacred, and I'm probably gonna pick it up tomorrow. I said, good, because I'm using it again tonight. Thank you.
Hello? Yeah, Jaden, you actually do. Earlier you said, I don't know if I have time. Make time. Yeah.
If I had to, once he said he's picking it up tomorrow, I said, yeah, this hair has to get washed tonight.
And maybe tomorrow morning. Who knows?
I really don't give a damn.
Keep in a constant wash. Speaking of Beyonce, that Essence magazine, Essence is on my straight up list. Whatever happened to mailing magazines in a protective plastic sleeve?
Child, they sent you this bare
A
sheets
naked
of paper.
magazine. A naked magazine.
Did they at
Number
least
one,
put it in the tote?
no, the tote came protected in a cute packaging. I had to use scissors to get the tote open. The magazine tossed, just some loose leaf paper stapled together. I'm like, Essence, you're on my list. This is not cardstock. This is tissue paper.
First of all, this ain't no damn dentist office. I don't need just papers just lying around. This is supposed to be preserved.
This is a coffee table thing. Now I'm thinking I should have just gone to the grocery store and got because the grocery store copies give copy. This was giving me, we printed it off real quick and then shoved it in the mailbox. Anyway, I'm disappointed. Anyway, Diddy is going down and I am following along with this story. And in 3 years,
We'll see what happens to the other Sean.
And speaking of Sean, just kidding, Candace Owen.
Okay. So if you've been on social media, you probably see Candace Owens on her Black Lives Matter tour, and she's been on the Joe Budden podcast and the Breakfast Club. Let me verify the Breakfast Club. I'm pretty sure she was on, but let me just.
Why was she over there?
And she recently got let go from her job with what's that other man? What's that white man?
There's a lot of them. Oh, stop.
She
let me see. Who did she work with?
She fired from the Daily Wire after clock it.
Where's embarrassing?
She's
only 34. Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro, yes.
Wait,
owns on Black America Congressional.
She has a white husband. Are
you surprised?
Married. No, I didn't know she was married though. That's crazy.
Wow. Is it?
No, not really.
Yeah. So she was on the Breakfast Club and Joe Budden's podcast, and I less want to talk about her because I really could care less. For someone who did a George Floyd smear campaign, who has so much to say against Black people for so long, and wanted to be the voice of Black people, but on the conservative end, and this was not a proper representation. But now you get on Joe Budden's podcast and you start saying like Black people are better at everything, and I love Black people. I've always loved Black people. And I less want to pivot from Candace Owens because she's really just doing things to maintain a check now that she's lost one. But I want to turn my chair to Joe Budden and the people of the Breakfast Club because I know brain cells aren't, common around there. But why are y'all letting her onto y'all show?
You know why.
These are the same platforms that are often infiltrated by different government official programs like CIA, FBI, SVU, like any other one you could think of. A lot of them go to the Shade Room, the Breakfast Club, Joe Budden to push agendas, to get a Black thought and theory out, to go against any type of revolutionary action or get people to vote a certain way or interact with politics a certain way. We've seen it happen with several platforms over decades with anything that Black people have done across the board. And it's just very telling that these few podcasts and spaces were the ones she was able to get into so easily. There was no hesitation. And now that she's doing her, like I said, Black Lives Matter campaign, y'all are the one uplifting it, supporting it, putting her on the pedestal, giving her the microphone that honestly should have been taken away from y'all too. So I just don't get it. Me personally.
You do get it, and I know that you get it because you're talking about it today. That's why she's on this show. So people talk about it. Do you? I know that you know this, but the people, they do not have these platforms to talk about anything real or to push the needle in any meaningful way. It's truly just for the ratings and the views. Her being on specifically Joe, but actually both of these shows is not surprising to me at all. because Charlemagne is a clown, Joe is a clown, Angela Yee is a clown. I don't know if that scammer man is he still on that show, or
He's
is
still on
he
there.
replaced?
Angela Yee is not.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to drag her in for no reason. Then she is a clown, but I did not need to bring her up for no reason.
She
Um,
is. You know who is instead of
and
her?
oh, I thought that she was just. I was wondering
You
why
thought it
she
was
was
just like a
always
guest episode.
there.
No, she lives
Yes,
there.
he's talking about just hilarious in quotes, right?
Yep.
Yeah, how did that? That's kind of random.
Uh, again, they platform weirdos, but they're in a room full of them. So I don't understand why I'm confused. Because
Who
yeah,
is going to step up and be this generation's Wendy Williams? We are in need of good journalism. We are in need of good hosting skills. We need a Wendy Williams of today who will stand up and say, I will take the charge. There is no reason that we should be watching clips of these because just hilarious. I didn't even know she was a host on the show because of the interview clips I've seen. They never give host. Never. It
well,
never
she was.
gives.
You haven't been on socials, but she's been in a recent thing with the why who did I marry? The who did I marry thing. And she was
Who's Who Did I Marry on Lifetime
Charlamagne was
or
calling people big bag. No, the TikTok 40 hour long mama.
maybe it's giving different language? I don't know what you're talking about. The only Why Did I Get Married is Tyler Perry and
Who
the
did I marry?
Investigation Discovery. That's what it sounds like to me. I don't know what you're talking about. Is this a crime
Who did
show?
the Who Did I Marry series where the lady was on TikTok talking for literal weeks about who she was married to and the red flags that she avoided and all these things. And
Hmm.
they were on the Breakfast Club talking about her.
Oh.
It's okay, Mama. We're just gonna have to move on.
Wait, but why? What was her man like really bad, and she didn't know?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't sit through all
You're
8 hours of that
presenting
thing.
this information
I'm
like you
presenting it
believe it's a
because
piece.
Jess Not So Funny was one of the hosts and she presented it on the Breakfast Club. And
Okay,
it's been a whole thing. I'm saying, like, if you were on socials, you would have seen this moment because we're just coming off the weeks of this kind of being one of the main topics.
but was it giving host? In the clip, was it giving
It
host or was
was.
it
It
giving?
was.
It was
Not
giving informed.
good.
Okay, okay.
No. Please no. But she was presenting what they were going to be talking about. And I also knew she was one of the hosts. Because this was not her first time having this kind of cycle of things happen
They just
with
let
that show.
anybody do anything.
Literally. Hello, have you seen what
But
presidents we've had?
I mean, hello. But back to Candace Owens. The girls. This is so clockworkery, where the girls will be on one side and then just the narrative will be like a slight shift where before it's like black people get off of your tails, get a job, stop being lazy, and then the coin will flip and it's like I just say that because I want to push us to do better because we're the best to ever do it. I know
Mm-hmm.
we're capable of more.
And
I
she's
know we can do it.
and my thing is, and I think FD Signifier,
Mhm.
YouTuber, he's talked about Candace Owens before, that she's a good orator. Like that's
Oh
the whole
yeah,
point. Like, and she's going
yeah.
to sit across from people who won't push against the things she has to say,
Mhm.
or who, if they are pushing against it, it's very like remedial in response. Like it's just not,
Yeah.
like it's not necessarily someone who's intelligent or equipped to have these kind of conversations. So they're just about something that was actually deeply problematic that just flew over their heads because they actually don't
Yeah.
know what A versus Z is.
Because she's using all the big words, all the like the grab words. Yeah, she's definitely gonna convince the people. Sometimes, and this is why it is dangerous because when the black people that are or people in general that are easily convinced, low key, sometimes if somebody says it in a nice way, they'll be like, I don't want to like that Candace Owen, but I want to. Why do I keep making her a singular Owen? I don't really like Candace Owens, but that thing she said, I did agree with that. I did have to agree with some of what she says. That's how it always starts, of course, because
And
what do
next thing you
they
know,
love to say? A broken
she's on
clock,
our
blah blah
TV.
blah.
She's on our TV her name's on the polls, like somehow.
Girl, it's literally the next step. The next step is definitely Candace Owens 2020 whatever or 2030 whatever
2036.
2036. I don't.
And speaking of sick, Kai Sanat, for baby, if you are above 18, I know that name probably rings no bell. The school bell will ring sooner than that name will ring anything.
Yeah.
Kai Sanat is a streamer on Twitch or whatever. Plays games, but also has had celebrities on. Like I think Offset has gone on there.
Yes.
And Nicki Minaj has gone on there.
Oh, like a video, right?
No, she went.
Wait, in person?
In person, yeah.
What? Oh.
And celebrities, plenty of Ice Spice has been there. Plenty of celebrities have gone there as part of their promotion at this point, because this is how you connect with this age demographic
the
now.
Young people.
And he's done pretty well. He's very successful by capitalism standards. So Tyla has gone on the show at this point. Like I said, it's part of their thing. But he was at her listening party, like the album release, whatever. Because he's now become like an industry person, where like he gets invited out to events and press things and whatever.
Like Drewski.
Yeah, literally like a Drewski. She went to his show, and while he's on camera staring at his chat, whatever, sitting next to Tyla, he asked her on a date.
How?
Smiling straight at the camera, because he can't even look at her. Tyla, do you want to go on a date with me? And she's like, hands over mouth. He said, don't do that. And he's like, what? She was like, I thought we were just friends.
Wait, she's sitting next to her in person.
They're here.
She's right here, looking at the camera instead of at her.
Instead of at her, because you weren't serious about it. Because what you were actually trying to do is pressure this girl into saying yes to a date with you while you were on live with millions of people watching.
Literally. What? So she said, I thought we were just friends, and then what?
She's like, don't do that. And it's like laughing. And she's like, I thought we were just friends. And then he's like, you're right. And then like moves on.
He always, every time I see a clip, he's always doing something like that, where it's just like so reactionary. It's so nutty. Like, and I've seen him, I think it was Nicki Minaj, a clip, but they weren't together. And he said something to her, and she was like, what? Like, he'll say crazy stuff.
Yeah.
That's probably why
that's like his thing. But that's why that's all these streamers for real. Like, that's their gig. And the reason Nicki came to his show was because they had been on live back and forth plenty. Because he had reacted to music of her, because he also does reactions like on his Twitches. So he reacted to her music, and she was like reposting it, gagging,
on his Twitches.
Then T and Samira. And then she went to his thing when her album released. So yeah, it was just really weird. It was just really weird, and I'm happy to be outside of this world, because this has nothing. People are like, I'm about to download Twitch to watch it, and I'm like, I'm not. Yeah, we'll post the clips that are important on Twitter later on, and that's about it. And then y'all posted this, and it's like even more reason why I don't care.
That is just really annoying to me, though, because like it's just very much true to life, where you can't do nothing without some man making it awkward or just like uncomfortable. Like you trying to use me for clicks, but in real life you using me for no reason. Like, oh, you want to go on a date with me, baby? What? You said we was coming to shop. You said you was selling me a car. What you talking about?
And you know, that's so real. Like, y'all know you can just have interactions with women, and it doesn't have to lead to sexual advances or a date or some type of romantic relationship.
Anything.
He literally was like, I thought we were friends. And what that does, which I don't know her, and I don't know what it's like to be a woman, but what I can imagine it does is like makes that relationship uncomfortable. Like even though we can move on
Yeah.
right now, it's like actually when I could have stayed here for 2 more hours, you get 1 more hour out of me and I'm leaving. Like I'm actually texting my ride to start making their way here and come knock and get me out of here.
And the annoying thing also that happens a lot, or I can't say a lot because I don't have the numbers in front of me, is the girls get coerced. I thought we were
Yes,
friends, right? And then it's like, yeah, we are friends. And then after a while, it's like, now the bug's in your ear and you're kind of thinking about it like, well, wait a minute. I didn't think about it like that. And now you're trying to convince yourself that you potentially like this man that you don't. So when he
you
asks you
don't.
again in a week, you're like, boy, stop playing. And then it turns into a where's my hug? And now y'all are flirting a little bit. And now next thing
You're
you
fully
know,
coerced.
you're married, and at your wedding, the toast is he finally got me to say yes after 20 years of wearing me thin. Like, that is not cute to me.
No, at all.
That is not romantic. He's weird.
He's been weird.
And
There's a lot of
I don't
things, and I saw something today that repulsed me to no other limit. Which I won't be sharing, but I'll share with you after. But
mhm.
even like when they did he had like a string and like a fake prison cell or something like that, and had people
What?
come, and it was like and they did like reenactment of things that could happen in prison, and it got very offensive very fast. Even like Offset was supposed to go, but he was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna go." He was like, I can't pretend to be in prison when I've been to prison and I have friends who are still in prison. Like that just doesn't make sense to me." And I said,
It's
"Oh
just not for
wow,
me.
someone with sense." And not
A little.
much, because we know him.
No, we do. But he's a pop star on the rise, so that's why he's trying to protect that image. He's not trying to be wrapped up in that Jay-Z business, getting taken down. Um, yeah, he's weird. I don't love to call people weird because I feel like there are more specific words that we can use. But he is weird, all-encompassing umbrella term for that. And it's so annoying because it's like, when are we gonna get gamer representation of somebody who's not weird? There
Okay.
certainly someone must exist like that, where you play
Well,
games, but you're not weird in that way. I feel bad for Tyla because first of all, she probably didn't even want to go, but her people were like, "This is great promotion. The crowds are going to like his demographic will really help to boost our sales." There is no way she even really thought they were friends for real, and she
and she
probably
probably
didn't want to go.
did. They've interacted
She,
plenty, which they've interacted plenty. Whoa, they've interacted plenty, and they also, like I said, he was at her what's it called party, though. That's also PR and marketing and whatnot. Um,
yeah.
you know, even if they were friends, why would you ruin it? Like, because if she says no, now that's always going to sit there. And you did it on live because you tried to coerce her into doing it, and she still said no because she knows who she is, and you clearly don't know
Mm-mm.
who you are. Why would
That's what
uh
gets on my nerves. You're
why would a pop star
Tyla.
why would a pop star who's really emerging into like a new
Next.
realm and dropped a great album that everyone's talking about and everyone's looking forward to seeing her on tour and all that, date a streamer? Not to say like
Oh, we've seen it
you can't
before.
well yes, but not to say that it couldn't work or those things, but why would she date a streamer? Why would
No,
she
no, no,
start her career off dating you?
not even because of the streamer. We seen you be weird already. Like, you know how
Yes.
when you're in high
And you're
school and
streamer.
it's
Sorry.
like
Okay, I'm done.
some boys or some people, hello, are tainted a little bit where it's like, oh, well, he was a weirdo in 7th grade. You're gonna date him in 12th grade. Same thing. You didn't see that video he did. You can't date this man because he already has proved that he's a bad like if you do something a little weirdo vibe, the first person that dates him after that weirdo vibe, we're giving you side-eyed glances. Side-eyed
Side eye.
glances.
I'm looking at him sideways, like JT said.
Correct. It's just gonna be a no for me. And
Speaking
that was speaking
and
of, sorry.
real quick, just because I brought up JT, she has been doing her tour,
Hmm.
um, and but she's been doing it at like clubs and
Hmm.
like lounges type
Mhm.
places. Like she just did one, and it was like a pool, and everyone's around the pool, and it's like a club
That's
vibe
cool.
and whatnot. And I think it's so funny. Like just watching people switch back and forth in their morals and the things that they say, because when her thing released and they started looking at the venues that she was performing at, they were trying to drag her. They were trying to go in on her and do all that. And I'm like, y'all have no idea what it's like to like build a fan base. Y'all have no idea what it's like to like do things within the means of what you can. The problem is y'all think everyone can sell out a stadium or an arena, and that is not the case.
No.
And I was thinking of also like JT was barely around for the beginning of her career. Like, remember, she was in jail, and Carisha was kind of running their image. So now that she's experienced, like she's kind of going off into being a solo artist, she has to build her fan base. That she's on tour by herself. She's building her fan base.
That's awesome.
And it's really genuine and organic. So it's really like cool to see. But watching people who were saying like she performing at these nightclubs and these lounges, this restaurant, they're trying to go in on her, and then the clip comes out of her doing it, and of course it's booked out because it's all her fans are going to buy the tickets to come, and now it's like a real intimate concert with your fave artists who dropped all your fave verses the past year, like. But now y'all tweet this is a great idea. Like she ate this, she looks so good, but it's like. Same thing with Tyler earlier. Like y'all don't know anything.
They're just
like,
going with
don't know
the majority opinion.
In this talk based on what you see other people saying, but y'all don't know a thing.
No. To me, this is because the girls don't remember when our pop stars of today were singing at the mall, at the random local malls, singing in the Sears parking lot, singing in the hair salons. They don't know.
Normani announced.
Yeah, but and then what? Come on, I believe it when I see it.
Well, she announced a single as well, but again, and then what? But when she was performing in parking lots, people trying to track her or performing at the mall, and I'm like, but when the video of Lady Gaga performing in a mall in parking lot,
that's what I'm saying,
comes on to y'all TLs, y'all gag and say no one's doing this anymore.
They now, because we're in such a like quick to fame, you can get on TikTok today and be famous in quotes tomorrow, that they forget that it really does take time, and your first stage is not going to be a big one. Your first stage probably won't even be a formal stage. Like I said, you might be singing at your mother's hair salon for the girls getting their pressing curls. You might be singing outside. You might sing at the school talent show, and you don't even attend that school. They just brought you in. And by brought you in, you asked to be there.
Yes. And perform for free.
And you actually paid to perform, actually. You donated the prize money just so you could perform. They don't know that you really had to build and work. And the reason that I know that they don't know is because their faves give that they didn't put the work in. Our faves today were faves yesterday because they were putting in that work for years.
Yes.
And they're constantly working on their craft. These kids don't get it.
Beyonce was performing at malls. And y'all need to understand that. Rihanna
like
only
you said,
may
Lady
not have
Gaga
them all because she was signed first. You know, like
quick.
You know what I'm saying? Like she was signed and then put out, but then she still wasn't going straight to stadium. Like people wasn't loving them first two albums, girl. Nicki Minaj, we have footage of her in clubs in New York shutting it down. And that's how you build your audience. Like you create a local fan. Megan Thee Stallion, they just showed footage of her doing something, opening up for a drag queen or something like that.
Right.
What are we talking about?
They didn't say anything.
We met Megan Thee Stallion in a parking lot at the gas station.
Literally. We met a lot of our faves in parking lots, honestly.
Okay, I'm still meeting the girls in parking lots. SZA had to run me a fade the other day.
Well,
and now she you don't see any of this. She now says she's going to push back the release of her album, Lana, her deluxe, whatever, because there was a leak of her music. Well, I want to find out the leak that came out was music that's been out for years.
Petty. She's saying anything. She knows y'all take it.
You're not done. You're not done. And it's okay to not be done. Or TDE is telling you, girl, we're not releasing no time soon. And so you're like, I'm only giving y'all 3 tracks. That's what y'all deserve. And it's like, girl, you thought you ate
It's our fault because you're just making up stuff at this point.
Let's
That's
just
your
move
fave,
on.
though. Hello.
She is.
That was the catch. That was a lot more than we wrote down. Thank goodness Jaden is on social media. I might have to get back. My problem is I'll get back on the day that we're recording, thinking I'm about to find some tea.
Girl, and be
When I
looking
should
at
have been,
4-year-old stuff.
baby, if that, it'd be given old stale tea. And I'm like, Jaden, what happened online? And if I'm lucky, he was online that week. But sometimes he's not.
And
Anyway,
I'm trying to get to that point, y'all. I'm trying.
we see the effort you're putting in.
Knows everything that's been going on.
The deepest cuts, like, girl, what? Twitch streamers? You was on the internet for real. Now it's time for Thank Me Later. This is where Jaden and sometimes me is like, oh, girl, check out this thing I'm doing, listening to, eating, whatever. You're welcome in advance, Jaden, because I have nothing to give. I'm so sorry. I have nothing to give. Well, the first thing is kind of me, but it's mostly you. What do we have?
As you can probably guess, we have Tyla, the debut album by guess who? Tyla. So good, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Perfect for the summer, perfect for the warming of the weather. It's going to be an interesting summer, but if this is a soundtrack, we can use the term good. I believe in that.
Yeah.
I also listen to Sir's album. Now, let me say this.
I know.
Let me say this. Girl, I'm not worried about you. Don't listen to it right after Tyla. Do not listen to Sir's album right after Tyla. Do something else. Because Tyla will have you jamming, and then Sir's album is literally called Heavy. So, not to say that it's like, not to say it's super like deep, introspective. It's still a man child. But I mean, like, it's R&B. And Tyla is I'm a piano. Like African beat.
I mean, Apple's calling it pop.
Dance, jive, gyrate. Like that's what you're gonna be doing when listening to Tyla's. Versus Sir, it hit best in the car, and I think that says kind of enough. Or in like route to somewhere. Over like Tyla, you kind of want to stand up.
You have to.
You must. This weekend, I watched Bodies for the first time. Have you seen it? It was pretty good. It was I don't feel like naming any of the people that's in it. One of the people from Bottoms is in it. You'll look it up, so that's great.
I'm gonna let the girls know.
I think it's on Netflix currently, and
right.
Yeah,
it's got that
like
girl Amanda Steinberg.
I knew she
Rachel
was
Sinat. Pete Davidson's in this movie.
Pete Davidson.
Okay. Random. A whole bunch of other names.
Yeah, I don't really know the rest of the people, but the movie was good. It was funny. It's like a Gen Z thriller, and like not like cheesy, corny, boring. It's like he would never do that. He has a Libra moon. In that line, it just took me out. Like stuff like that was in it. Especially then when you watch it and you get to the end, it was a good film. I also watched Bullet Train. This is not necessarily me suggesting that you watch it as much as it's me sharing that I watched it. And if you watched it or want to watch it, you can, because now I've watched it. But Bullet Train is really just 5 people just dying and coming back to life all over again. So it was good. Did you watch it?
No, but I'm just a little bit confused because this is the part of the show where you're suggesting things.
I'm suggesting it. It's just if you don't watch it, I also understand.
Okay.
Like, I'm not telling you to watch it, but you can.
Girl, go ahead. Go ahead. Where did you stream this?
Netflix as well.
Okay, cool.
It was good though. I'm not gonna say it wasn't good. It was actually pretty good.
Wait, is Bullet Train the one with Brad Pitt? Did I make that up?
Yes.
Yes, I made it up, or yes, he's in it.
Brad Pitt is in it.
Okay.
So
I saw the preview for this.
That could tell you more things about it. And what's his name?
Yep.
Ugh. I forget his name.
The black
He was in
guy.
Atlanta. Yeah,
He's iconic.
very iconic.
It was
Love him.
Paperboy's in it.
Paperboy in Atlanta.
Mhm.
From Atlanta, the show, not the city. It's okay. But yeah, watch it if you want or don't. It doesn't matter. But Bodies, you definitely should watch. But Bullet Train, child, that's a cute movie night movie.
Okay, little
Both are.
snack.
Honestly, both are. But you don't have to necessarily watch them with the same group of people.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Bodies
different snacks,
is
different people.
friends, and Bullet Train is probably with your man.
A little chill.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Or vice versa, depending on what your friends think your man is like.
This is the most non-suggestive suggestion I've ever heard. Like, you can watch it with your friends or your man, or you can watch it with your man and your friends. Girl, what?
This has been a back and forth episode of Ciao. Anyway,
you can or you cannot if you want. It doesn't matter. Listen to Ciao anyway, wherever you get your podcasts.
We drop new episodes every week.
Like, share, subscribe. This part is mandatory. Rate and review. Follow us on all the platforms, specifically YouTube. Leave a comment on YouTube. What's going on? Let's get that comment section popping a little better.
Yeah. Go stream Tyler by Tyler, the album. Not right after, but stream Heavy by Sir. Go watch Bodies with whoever you want, and then watch Bullet Train with whoever you want. And have a good day.
If you want.
If you feel like it.